Well, let's take a few minutes here. Let's talk about the situation over in Afghanistan. Apparently, some soldiers 2 years ago how inappropriately. Um, a few months ago there was an article that had some Marines urinating on some dead terrorists. Now, that's a little tacky. But I'm not gonna. I mean, if I were in a position of power, I certainly wouldn't throw the book at them. I think we can expect better from our Marines. I don't think a dead terrorist, frankly, is worth using any Marine urine on them in the first place. So, you know, I think there's more important things going on than getting all hell bent out of that. But let's look at a mindset of what's going on here. You had that incident, and the people got all upset. Okay, you had the Quran. A couple of Qurans got burned. Come to find out, the way they were burned and burned in accordance with the with I guess the proper protocol of how you're supposed to dispose of a Quran that's been desecrated by Afghani detainees that were writing in them, passing secrets to one another. So we disposed of them in a proper manner. The Afghan people get upset. Now, the most recent was the LA Times publishing some photos of some of our troops posing with body parts or bodies of dead terrorists. Now, something just jumped in my mind, which was who in the military leaked these photos? As far as I know, that is a violation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So, one, I hope that's being looked into. But two, come on, folks, really? And I'm not talking about Americans here. Let me talk to the Afghanis. Not that you guys even have YouTube over there, but you're fine with us dispatching these terrorists that have been blowing up civilians, blowing up our troops, just causing all kinds of mayhem over there. You guys are fine with us doing that because these are not good guys. All right, these are terrorists. But somehow you get offended when we take a picture with the dead body. I don't understand that. So what? They're dead. It's a little tacky, granted. And I might shake my finger at the troops. Yeah, I don't know what the UCMJ calls for as far as punishment, but it shouldn't be life altering. I mean, yes, I think we can expect better from our soldiers, and our soldiers are better than that. But you know what? These are the same terrorists that shoot at our soldiers, blow bombs up, kill troops, almost daily. So I'm going to cut our troops some slack. But why is it that the Afghanis get upset when a photo comes out? I just don't get that. So, but what we have is we have our government saying, "Oh well, geez, let's not please don't publish these because then the Afghanis get all riled up and they'll recruit more terrorists." And I get that, I understand that, but let's apply that logic here to the United States. How come we don't have any of our networks, or newspapers? How come we don't have them constantly, printing or running video of images of 9/11, where you can see, bodies of people jumping out of the towers to escape the smoke and flames? How come we don't show that? Show that to the American people. They'll get riled up. What, the government doesn't want us to remember 9/11? What, you want us to kind of get this false sense of security? I don't think so. I intentionally go on the web just to remind myself of what happened that day. And I suggest maybe some of you folks do it. You can find some footage on there that you have never, ever, ever seen before. I mean, to see Americans who showed up to go to work that day, dozens of stories up, buildings on fire, they don't want to die, and they jump out the window. to escape they fall to their death instead of burning to death. Why don't you take a look at that? Go look at the hole in the field. Well, now it's all grassed over, but the hole in the field in Pennsylvania. What do we want us? Do we want the Americans to forget? But anyway, if we're not supposed to, view these images of what our soldiers did for fear that people will get upset in Afghanistan, well, maybe the same applies here. Maybe we need a little bit of a reality check. But folks over there in Afghanistan, hey, come on. This is the exception to the rule. This isn't how things normally happen. The troops are doing a good thing over there. Yeah, they overstep, the bounds a little bit, but come on. All in all, we're doing the best we can. We're limiting collateral damage the best we can. Frankly, I think our military's been very much restrained. Could you imagine if we fought a war like we did in World War II and carpet bombed entire cities? I mean, as Americans, do we even have a stomach for that anymore? I don't think with the mindset we have today, I don't think we could have won World War II. I really don't. We wouldn't have the fortitude to drop the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki like we did. I mean, that took courage. That was bold. But there was a certain amount of wisdom in there, and it ended a war that would have drug on for years. So it was well worth it. But folks, cut the troops a little slack. Don't get all bent out of shape over this. Oh, and lastly, it was not George Bush's fault. Okay, this all happened under the Obama watch, so you can't blame George Bush. I mean, George Bush has been blamed for the dinosaurs going extinct to, the solar flares. It's everything's George Bush's fault, but don't be too hard on the troops. They got a difficult job in a difficult area, so. That's kind of my position on that. Yeah, it wasn't the coolest, thing to be doing. Probably wasn't the most proper. But come on, guys. Like I said, what? The Afghanis don't have a problem with us killing the people, but geez, just don't take a picture with a dead body. Come on. Anyway, well, that's all I got to say on that topic. I'll catch y'all next time.